Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I had a good night's sleep last night. A little chilly in here, but there's a little condensation on the windows. I just turned the heater on because it kicked itself off. So it's on. It's a lot more better daylight outside than it looks because this window is tinted so dark. But I'm nice and cozy. Uh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take the day off today. I don't have to be in until 11, but I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just not feeling it. I got a bunch of stuff in storage. I've downsized my storage to where I can put my stuff in the. I got different storage places, a different storage um, facility. I'll be paying a little less money. I'm gonna save on 1 month's rent and whatever. So I'm gonna move my stuff, and so uh, I'm saving a little money by doing that, so I can afford to take a day off because I've saved some money. You know, um, I I just wanted to talk a little bit about the economy and the way things are going with the job situation. You know, I'm able to work. I've been working 7 days straight because nobody wants to work, which I don't blame them. Um, if I could get unemployment and get money or whatever, I wouldn't be working either. I'm not too good to say it. I'm like, I've worked all my damn life, hard, on jobs and whatever. Everybody watching me work harder than anybody else or whatever, and they stand around and watch and don't do their job or whatever. Watch me, you know. So I've paid my dues or whatever. So, um, but I'm still working. The people that aren't working, um, people try to shame them, try to make them feel bad. If you getting unemployment and you're not working, milk that as long as you can. Don't run your ass back to work. Don't let these people shame you into coming back. They're just jealous because they got to work their asses off to cover for you not being there. And you are the reason why people are getting paid $16 an hour at Burger King as opposed to 9.75 or whatever the what you call it is, whatever. You know, because of the people that aren't working, it's like a strike has happened, and the employees can't get people to work, and so they can't make their money, so they're willing to pay more. Now, they're gonna try to make the prices go up on everything to try to compensate for that, whatever, because they're gonna act like now they're suffering or whatever because they got to pay all this money and whatever. They could have paid that money before. These people are just greedy as hell. They could have paid $16, $17 an hour before, but they're not gonna do it because they didn't have to, because they know you were desperate and you needed the money and you wanted to work, and so they took advantage of you and whatever. But now the tides have turned, and they're like, okay, we got to pay this money, but they're like, how can we get this back? They're always trying to get the upper hand, So they're gonna raise the economy, they're gonna raise the prices of everything. You're gonna have inflation and whatever to try to get the money back that they gave you that you were deserving anyway. You should have been making $16 an hour on a $10 an hour job. You should have been making $20 an hour on a $16 an hour job all along, and they could have paid it, and it wouldn't have hurt them one bit. They could have done it. Whatever. The whole economy thing is a scam. They're talking about the government like doesn't have money to pay for the stimulus and everything. They had the money for the stimulus. They had plenty of money for stimulus. The government ain't gonna be hurting them. Whatever. They're not. There's no national debt. They got enough money. They taking money from all these people that are working and everything and whatever, and all the money they're taking from other countries. You know, to make the economy, the dollar strong and everything or whatever. They got the money. They've been making it seem they're always crying broke or whatever. They're not broke. They got plenty of money. Don't let them fool you. You know, they're gonna fool you into paying higher prices on stuff and whatever. Because they're gonna say that it's because we're paying the labor shortage and everything. They're using that as an excuse. You know, don't fall for it. Stay off work as long as you can. Some of us gotta work and whatever because we weren't able to get that gravy train of the stimulus and not the stimulus but the unemployment whatever. I unfortunately couldn't get it whatever. Because I was a damn idiot whatever. When you work on these jobs, like I do construction or whatever, so it's outside working whatever a lot of times. So I worked on construction jobs, and the boss would be like, all the good workers I'm gonna keep, through the winter and the people that don't want to work hard and whatever and don't show up for work and everything, I'm gonna lay them off. They're gonna be sitting at home and you guys are gonna be working and whatever. And I was a dumbass whoever sitting there like, good, he's gonna let me work. Dumbass. While I was at work busting my ass for um, for the boss and whatever all winter, slipping and sliding to work, getting to the job, having to work, extra hard to get the materials, everything ready to be able to work in the cold. These guys were sitting at home, chilling, and they were getting unemployment. They were getting maybe like 80%, 70 or 80% of what I was getting paid, you know, and they get to stay home or whatever. They ain't got to burn their gas. They ain't got to drive back and forth to work. They ain't got to slip and slide in the snow. They ain't got to freeze their butt off out there trying to work in the cold or whatever. And they had it made. Then they come back to work when it got warm again, and then everything was gravy. You know, that was stupid. Don't be the boss's bitch. The boss ain't gonna be happy for you. That he owns that company. That's his thing. Whatever. I've been the boss before. I know. I've had my own company. I've had my own business and whatever. And when you're the boss, you come to work every day and whether you work until sun up to sundown, whether you kill your damn self or whatever. You know, and you want your employees to do the same damn thing or whatever. But your employees don't own the company. Your employees aren't going to get the money or whatever. And what happened with me, it wasn't the employees' fault. It was the sharks I was dealing with. The other people I was working for. They would cut me down and pay me as little as possible for the jobs I was doing. And I was ill-equipped for that kind of a situation or whatever. They got it rigged or whatever. They if you swimming with sharks and you're a salmon, you're gonna get ate up. And I was swimming with sharks and I was a damn salmon. So that's what happened or whatever. So anyway, I quit that little racket and whatever, and went on ahead and started going to work every day. When you go to work every day, all you got to worry about is getting yourself to the job on time, putting your day's work in, and going home. Don't be there doing that, staying over stuff and whatever, and kissing the boss's butt and whatever. It don't pay off. It don't. So like I say, if you let these people shame you into coming back to work, you're a damn fool. Don't go back to work. You stay out off as long as you can and get that money as long as you can, or whatever. If you have to tighten up your belt a little bit, save a little money and whatever, don't cut down on some of the extravagance, then do that, But don't go to work if you don't have to, or whatever. When you have to go back to work, then go back to work when things, get better. The jobs are paying better money now, so that's an incentive. But when you come back, you're gonna find out it's a whole different story. Whether they paying $16 an hour, they want $16 worth of flesh. Believe me, they do. Um, I'm working 2 jobs now. I'm working all through the weekend, and I work on the weekend. And I see these poor people that I work at Macy's and whatever, doing hanging clothes and whatever, easy job, $16 an hour, easy work. And these people but they're working their employees to death. Well, I work as a temp, whatever. So when you're a temp, you can come and go as you please. You can take off when you want to. You ain't got to worry about getting no points and no crap like that and whatever. You can come in, and they treat you good, because they don't have any control over you or whatever. They wanted to hire me. They're like, you want to get hired or whatever, we'll hire you, blah, blah, blah. You can put out, no, I don't want to get hired. You ain't going to have me under your boot. No way. If you're a temp, you can come and go as you please. They got to pretty much keep you happy and whatever, so you'll keep coming back or you'll find something else. But if you're an employee, they'll just screw you over and whatever, and they'll treat you like crap or whatever. I can't tell you how many women I've seen at that place, because they're dealing with customers or they're dealing with their managers and everything, women crying at the job because of, whatever kind of stuff they got, politics going on or whatever on the job or whatever. I've had some terrible, terrible, terrible jobs. I ain't never cried on the damn job. It ain't never got to the point where I had to actually physically cry. I've seen these women crying on the jobs or whatever. So all you guys talking about your wives or your girlfriends working or whatever, like you guys aren't working hard, blah, blah. They work hard. Women work really hard. They really do. And by them being emotional, they get, taken advantage of and treated like crap or whatever, You're a guy, people are going to give you a certain amount of respect because they don't want to get their asses kicked or whatever. But women, women aren't going to fight and whatever. They're just going to take it all in and put up with the crap and whatever, everything. So, like I say, if you don't have to work, don't go back. If you're getting that gravy train of unemployment money, ride that out as long as you can, and don't be in any rush to go back to work or whatever, because it ain't gonna be pretty when you come back. You'll be sorry. Trust me, you will be sorry. You'll make money. You make more money than you were before. Well, that's how they're getting people back there, incentivizing with the money. But they're gonna raise the prices on every damn thing, whether to the point where even though you're making $16 an hour, it's gonna be like you're making $8 or $9 an hour by the time they get through raising the prices on everything, which they don't have to do. They don't have to do that. Keep this in your mind. They got the money. You should be pissed off because these companies that you work for were paying you $8 or $9 an hour, and they could have been paying you $15, $16, $17 an hour or whatever, but they didn't do it because they know they had you by the balls, so they just paid you what they had to, and they took advantage of you or whatever. And now they didn't have no choice because people don't want to work. Now they're scrambling trying to get people to work and whatever, so they're paying more money and whatever, and then they're crying that they can't afford it and whatever. The profits are down, and this no, their profits ain't down. It's just money come out of their pockets. That's all. They're not as rich as they would have been and whatever. They got to pay more to the people and whatever, which they should have been doing anyway. The people are the ones that are coming to work and doing all the work and doing the job and making you money. You can't, give them a little bit more, give them enough money to be able to make a living, be able to have, some joys in life. That's bullshit. So, like I say, come back when you want to. Don't let the jealous people that are workers or the employees, because on the job I hear all the time, well, we don't have enough help. People are unemployment; they're not coming to work because and blah 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 blah. Well, you just have to work harder. You should have got unemployment too. Maybe we'd be making $50 an hour if everybody would have shut it down. If more people would have stuck to it and stayed off work, we'd be making $50 an hour instead of 15 or 16. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. Whatever. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one because I'm about to start cursing some serious stuff or whatever because it pisses me off when I see people doing wrong by other people. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.